This game is horrible.
This game is so bad, I really don't want to play it. But Darth Vader came from the planet Vulcan and said that he'll melt my brains if I don't, so I don't have a choice.
The first thing I really admire is how well it followed the movie. And you gotta love that music.
Great Scott!
Sounds just like the movie, right?
No!
And that's it. It just loops over and over again. And you're not gonna believe it, but that's all you hear the entire game.
I don't believe it!
Yep, from the title screen all the way to the end, the same fucking music.
No!
I'd rather have a fucking buffalo take a diarrhea dump in my ear than subject them to this horrendous garbage. Now about the gameplay, well, you're racing against the time limit, and you have to collect clocks to get more time. So that's pretty creative, isn't it? So you're walking through Hill Valley, and every single thing you can imagine is out to kill you.
Holy shit!
Bullies, hula hoop girls, killer bees, and guys holding glass windows, just like in the movie. What happened here? Is this Hill Valley or is it hell?
No, it's Hill Valley, although I can't imagine hell being much worse.
I never knew a hula hoop girl could be so deadly. Why does she want to kill Marty anyway?
He's an asshole.
Not to mention it doesn't even look like Marty. Look at that black helmet head. Also, when did he ever wear that sleeveless black shirt? Oh look, I got a bowling ball. Remember that in the movie? Remember when Marty goes around throwing bowling balls at people? Whose idea was this?
Buttheads.
What were they thinking?
Hello? Hello? Anybody home?
Ah, the skateboard. Now that makes a lot more sense. But it's the most annoying thing in the game. Yeah, it makes you go faster, but you can't stop. You crash into everything, and it makes it a whole hell of a lot fucking harder.
Whoa, this is heavy.
Jumping is useless. Try jumping over the bench, you'll never make it. So what's the point of having a jump button if it doesn't help at all? What are those guys doing with that window anyway? And why are those giant bees always coming out? Give me a break. And what the fuck is Marty doing when he gets killed? It looks like he's having some kind of seizure. I mean, I guess I'd have a seizure too if there were bees and hula hoop girls and all this weird shit coming at me. I mean, just leave me alone. I'm trying to collect clocks.
Damn! Damn! Damn, damn!
I never got too far in this game, but after the walking stages are over, you go to the cafe, which by this time is a breath of fresh air to see something different and get a break from that horrible music. So you move up and down behind this counter throwing milkshakes at people, and if any of them touch the counter, you're done for. You think it would be easy to hit them, but it's not. Common sense would say if you stand in front of someone and throw something, it would hit them. You can't tell where to stand. Now, if you actually have the patience to get through the cafe stage, guess what's next? More walking.
No! Oh, please, God, no!
You know what's the worst thing about this game? Is that it bears the name Back to the Future, a movie well worth putting more time and effort into making a decent game. And the movie came out in '85, the game '89. There's no excuse. No fucking excuse. Just suddenly orders are passed. Quick, make a shitty game, name it after a big movie, and then just spit it into all the stores for all the kids to buy for 50 bucks. Yeah, 50 fucking bucks. There's no internet to look up reviews back then. It was just, you know, you buy a game and you hope for the best. And with Back to the Future, how could you go wrong? Oh yeah, you can fucking go wrong, alright. Like, if I just shat into a bag and wrote Back to the Future on it, that would be the same as this awful piece of shit. It brings my piss to a boil. What a piece of shit. I'll never play it again either. It's my last time. I'd rather eat out the rotten asshole of a road-killed skunk than play this game ever again. And I'm dead serious too. And you know what's worse? You know what's really worse? Guess what? There's a sequel!
Yes, it's true. Back to the Future 2 and 3. Two shitty games for the price of one. Let's check it out. Holy shit, look, the DeLorean. Now I remember that from the movie. Not so much the piranhas, the snails, the weird face, the running frog, the bouncy thing, the thing in the sewer that comes out and kills Marty, the little dinosaurs, the cloud that drops pellets, and the whatever the fucking goddamn hell that is. And look at those. What are they? Goombas and the spiky thing ripped right off of Super Mario Brothers? Fucking slackers. And every time you die, the DeLorean drops you off, and it seems like it always takes you in the opposite direction of what you're trying to go. Shit, soup. Oh god, don't let the blue bird get you. Ass! Get the key, get the key! Yeah, the hoverboard. Cool, a bonus stage. Wow. Fuck this.
I wish I could go back in time to prevent this game from being made. Unfortunately, I need to build a flux capacitor, and I also need some plutonium to generate the 1.21 gigawatts of electricity, so it's out of the question. So, let's end on a positive note. There's got to be one good thing about this game, and I know what it is. It fits in a toaster.
He's gonna take you back to the past to play the shitty games that suck ass. He'd rather have a buffalo take a diarrhea dump in his ear. He'd rather eat the rotten asshole of a roadkill skunk and down it with beer. He's the angriest gamer you've ever heard. He's the angry Nintendo nerd. He's the angry Nintendo nerd.
Mick Kids is nothing more than an advertising vehicle, much like games such as Yo Noid and 7-Eleven Spot. Now, some people out there may actually like this game, and to be fair, it isn't one of the worst games in the NES library. There are definitely much crappier games such as Bugs Bunny's Birthday Blowout and Silver Surfer, for example. So anyway, let's check out Mick Kids. So there's Ronald with his magic bag of hallucinogenic drugs. I always thought that clown was one scary motherfucker. The Hamburglar stole his bag, apparently. Alright, this is the first level. Now, does it look familiar? So where have I seen this before? Jumping around collecting M's? Oh, like coins. In Mario Brothers? Like, yeah, that's where I've seen this. It's just like Super Mario Brothers 3. Let's check it out. I mean, the map looks similar, same idea. The stages are designed the same. Jumping on enemies, I mean, everything looks the same. Mario's controls were a lot better though. Well, pretty much everything's better. So back to Mick Kids. You know, I changed my mind. It actually is pretty original. I mean, walking upside down, I mean, that's pretty creative. Whoa, it makes me feel sick. They must have been on crack when they came up with this game. So you go around collecting cards that you need to beat the level. So there you go, into Ronald's magic zipper, running around through Magic McDonald World. God, that really makes me nauseous. And don't try to kill anything with those blocks. That it really doesn't work too well. Collect some more useless M's that don't do anything. Alright, here's a shitty bonus game. You jump on these arrows that make you go up. And you gotta jump on the white ones until you get to the top. And then when you get to the top, you go into another zipper and you collect some 1-ups, which aren't really that important because there's a part where you can get a whole bunch of them. Then you go to Birdie's stage. Stupid feathered fucking bird bitch. Cute smiley face. You know what's a big problem with this game? I mean, you never know what's below you. You just fall and die. Fuck balls. This game's so bad, they actually invented a way to end it by pushing start and select at the same time. So you get this block, which makes you heavier, so you can jump higher, well, lower really. And now you have another 1-up that you don't need, so that's just a waste of time. Oh, and look, I died anyway, so what a waste. Oh god, look, a McFlurry man. Those guys are badass. So how do I get that card? Oh, every kid knows how to do this. Just get the secret passageway under the clouds. Yeah, that's easy to figure out. Kids will have the patience to figure that out, because, you know, kids have a lot of patience. Especially the ones with ADD, such as myself. Then you go to Grimace's board. Here's Grimace, the big purple fuck. Look at his house. It looks like Barney the dinosaur's testicle. Okay, so here's the part where you can get 1 billion 1-ups. So you just get 2 1-ups here, and then you go back into the board again. You die here, but you always get 1 extra, so if you have an hour to waste, then there you go. Have fun. You're completely wasting your time anyway if you're playing this game, as I am, let alone make a fucking video about it. And some people like to call 1-ups extra guys or free mans. I like to call them life insurance. Look how bad the jumps are. Look at this. What a shitload of fuck. All I want to do is get down to that barrel, but it's such a pain in the ass. I mean, it keeps bouncing me back up. Fuck farts. It never ends with this game. It's just like an infinite turd coming out of my ass, just like an endless rope. I mean, when the fuck's it gonna be over? I can't stand this shit. Watch the moose. Grab a block and try to kill him. Unfortunately, it just bounces and misses him. Now look at this. Would you ever guess that you're supposed to jump off this cliff? This ship really reminds me of Super Mario Bros. 3 again. And also, why is this guy walking on water? Who does he think he is? Jesus Christ? Then you gotta talk to the professor, another one of Ronald's stoner friends. And he tells you to get more cards, which makes me just want to punch him. Even worse, you gotta go to the moon where you meet Cosmic. Now who the hell's Cosmic? Did they run out of McDonald's characters? What about Captain Crook or Big Mac? No, Cosmic. I never heard of him. I guess there's nothing more you can expect but a shitty character like that. I mean, I bet the people who designed this game were paid minimum wage. So anyway, you're on the moon, so you're floating around, and then there's these tentacles that come out and kill you wherever you go. And you really gotta bust your balls to find all those cards. Like there's this one that's high up in the air, and even when you get it, you jump back down and something kills you and you gotta start the whole level all over again. Ass balls! So here you are at the last stage, Robble Robble. You gotta get the cards from Hamburglar. So you gotta get across the lava by throwing these blocks in it while all this stuff is shooting at you. Fuck! So look at this. This is some kind of track you have to move on, but you can't because the controls are so hard. So do you hit A or B? I don't know. I have no idea how to control this. You'd think you can just hold the A button or something, but no, of course not. That would be too simple. They have to make it like you do these little taps with the button to make it move. I mean, the controls just suck ass. What a piece of shit. A little kid could never figure this out. So finally, when you get through all these crazy obstacles, you get up here, you walk all the way to this lava pit, and you don't have any blocks to float over it. You can't go around it, so what do? Guess you just gotta commit suicide. Toasty! Wally Bear and the No Gang. Now the first thing that baffles me about this game is the actual cartridge. I mean, look at this. It doesn't look like any other NES game. And what's this button for? Press here? Seriously? Press here? What for? I mean, is it supposed to be telling you how to push the game down? Like how to put the game into the system? Well, I can't really push on it when it's inside the Nintendo. You know, do they really think kids are that stupid? I mean, it should just say, press here, you dumb fuck. Like some kid's gonna be like, how do I put the game in? So anyway, we start off with the title screen of a deformed bear with sunglasses riding a skateboard. A stereotypical anti-drug corporate waste of imagination. You can choose between 1 and 2 players, if you're lucky enough to have a friend who would actually play this piece of shit with you. Okay, here's the plot. You're the ultra-hip skateboarding schmuck Wally Bear. your Uncle Gary Grizzly wants you to gather up your straight-edge friends and head over to his house for a party. Wally must reach his uncle's house before dark, or at least before the timer runs out, for he loses all his lives. But every bird and attack dog on the block wants you dead, and there's not a whole lot you can do about that besides just jump for your life. You can get items like pizzas, frisbees, or hubcaps to throw at enemies. And you can't really hit birds because they just dart across the screen. Now, why would a bird want to kill a skateboarding bear anyway? The levels are just incredibly repetitive. Like literally, the same backgrounds are used over and over again, kind of like in a Flintstones cartoon. If you notice, during a driving scene, it's just the same stuff in the background being repeated over and over again. The only difference is that the Flintstones was entertaining, but this is just a piece of fuck. There's also this asshole named Ricky the Rat who's trying to knock you off your skateboard and turn you into a heroin junkie. You also have to prevent a poodle from getting her radio stolen, stop a lizard from drunk driving, and deal with other things that either want you to die or want you to snort crack up your bear snout. The music in this game just fucking sucks. I mean, no bad game is complete without some auditory shit that makes you want to puke. You'd rather listen to your only infant child choking to death. So, just turn down the volume, and while you're at it, just turn off the fucking game.
Back in the 80s, it seemed like there were all these characters trying to keep kids off of drugs, whether it was Mick Gruff or Pee-wee, or the combined efforts of Alf, Michelangelo, Bugs Bunny, and Miss Piggy. And this game, I'm sure it didn't help kids stay off drugs at all. In fact, I'm sure the people who made it were on something. So avoid it at all costs, unless you are fucked up on drugs. So in that case, let's say no to drugs, and let's say no to this fucking game. It has just come to my attention that there is a Wally Bear hotline, 1-800-HI-WALLY. Now, you wouldn't think that after like 20 years that number would still be functional, but somewhere in some old dusty basement, Wally Bear still lives.
Thanks for calling me on my special Wally Bear hotline. I'm here at the National Clearinghouse for Alcohol and Drug Information in Rockville, Maryland. And guess what? I can send you lots of information and fun stuff about how to keep yourself safe from drugs. It's all free, and it's as easy as 1, 2, 3, and that's pretty easy. All you have to do is just name, and mailing address. I'll keep in touch with you by sending you stuff to help you have a healthy drug-free day and live a drug-free lifestyle. You have 8 simple answers to 8 big questions. Each answer comes from a different member of the know game. Just press the number you'd like to hear. On number 1, Rachel Rabbit jumps on...
Fuck that. It's creeping me out. It's like listening to a ghost.
He's gonna take you back to the past to play the shitty games that suck ass. He'd rather have a buffalo take a diarrhea dump in his ear. He'd rather eat the rotten asshole of a roadkill skunk and down it with beer. He's the angriest gamer you've ever heard. He's the angry Nintendo nerd. He's the angry Nintendo nerd.
Alright, this time we have a guest reviewer, and I don't know, this might be kind of weird, but... Hey, come here. No, not there.
Shit pickle.
Hey, tell him...
Shit pickle.
Tell him your name.
Shit pickle.
Yeah, this is Shit Pickle.
Shit pickle.
And
Shit pickle.
Shit Pickle's gonna...
Shit pickle.
Shit Pickle's gonna
Shit
attempt to help
pickle.
me comment on this game. Now,
Shit
it's kind of a
pickle.
weird one, and, hey, Shit Pickle, you like video games?
Shit pickle. Pickle. Shit pickle. Shit
You
pickle.
like Nintendo?
Pickle. Shit pickle. Shit
You ever play this game Master Chew and the Drunkard Who? Yeah. So, yeah, it's a weird game, and you can just tell just by the cartridge. And it's one of those weird baby blue cartridges, so you can tell right off the bat that it's a big piece of fucking shit.
pickle. Shit, pickle. Pickle, 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 shit, shit, pickle.
The story involves the legendary Siamese twin Shiva from Hindu religion. She has filled the world with evil spirits.
Shit.
Your best friend, Master Hugh, has failed to stop them, and he's resorted to drinking, so now he's a drunk.
Pickle, 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 shit, pickle, shit.
However,
pickle, shit.
Master Chu has not given up hope. It's up to him to put an end to the evil Shiva.
Pickle.
Sounds pretty shitty. What do you say, shit pickle?
Shit, pickle.
Yeah.
There's really only one reason to buy this game, and that's to be able to say, I own Master Chu and the drunkard Who, so people can awkwardly stare at you.
Shit, pickle, shit, pickle, shit, pickle, shit, pickle,
Your
shit.
objective each round is to locate all the yin and yang symbols in order to fight the boss.
Shit, pickle.
You can shoot energy out of your hand, and you can upgrade to 2 shots of energy at the same time.
You want to try shit pickle?
Pickle, 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 shit, pickle, shit, pickle, shit, pickle. Shit, pickle, shit, pickle, shit, pickle, shit, pickle, shit, pickle.
So what do you think?
Shit.
Exactly. Instead of pressing A or B to jump, like in most games, you have to press up, sort of like in the Karate Kid.
Shit.
And maybe the control's so shitty because the programmers were trying to make Chu seem drunk. Or they were drunk themselves.
Shit, pickle.
There's endless waves of spiders, snakes, and other unnameable things that come after you.
Shit, pickle, shit, pickle, shit, pickle, shit, pickle.
What are you talking about? The graphics?
Shit, pickle.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Pickle, 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 shit, pickle, shit, pickle.
The best effect in this game is that when standing still, Chu's clothes wave around in the wind. Now let's talk about the sound. It sucks.
Shit,
And it's the
pickle.
same for every stage, just stereotypical Chinese music playing over and over in a loop.
Shit, pickle.
So after you beat the first level, the rest of the game is just the same repetitive thing over and over again. I mean, it's more fun taking a shit.
Shit.
Each board, you collect 8 yin and yang symbols, you fight the boss, and then you get the key. And by the way, the key in this game is called the Flaming Key of Freedom. Flaming, huh?
Pickle, pickle, pickle.
Kind of like the Flame Whip in Simon's Quest.
Pickle, pickle.
The boss fights aren't even challenging because all you have to do is stand on the platform until they turn their back, then you drop down, land a few hits, and then you repeat.
Shit, pickle.
For the last boss in the game, Shiva, I was expecting something a little better. I don't know why, but all you get is this weird statue. And why the fuck is it green? I mean, could they have picked another putrid color but green?
Shit, pickle.
So after you beat the boss, you get to see the best ending in video game history.
What a piece of shit.
Pickle.
He's gonna take you back to the past to play the shitty games that suck ass. He'd rather have a buffalo take a diarrhea dump in his ear. He'd rather eat the rotten asshole of a road-killed skunk and down it with beer. He's the angriest gamer you've ever heard. He's the angry Nintendo nerd. He's the angry Nintendo nerd.
Top Gun sort of marks the beginning of a genre. It was one of the first flight simulation games for the Nintendo Entertainment System, or at least one of the most commonly referred to. We obviously know that it ain't got shit compared with games today, and for that reason you might think it's not worth complaining about. But no, it sucks ass now, and it sucked ass back then. Check it out. Mission 1 is training for the next mission. Okay, sounds simple enough. So you get a choice of missiles. So would you rather have more or less? What kind of fucking choice is that? Pick more. I mean, the idea is that the fewer missiles is more powerful, but guess what? Whenever you shoot an enemy plane, all it takes is one shot to blow them up. Even your regular machine gun bullets take them down in one shot, so what's the point? And I love all the useless information on the control board. Altitude, speed. I mean, really, what does it matter? And look at all the gauges on the right just for decoration. The first thing that really sucks about the gameplay is just the fact that it's boring. 90% of the time, you're just flying into a blank sky as little pieces of cotton come flying at you. And yes, I know they're supposed to be clouds. Also, notice the absence of music. I know the developers were trying to make something new, to make it realistic, but what we get is a game that makes you feel like you're in this blank, mindless void. Like, if purgatory exists, this is what it is. Top Gun for the NES. I'd rather fly a cargo plane full of rubber dog shit out of Hong Kong. Uh-oh, I'm really fucked now. I gotta land on an aircraft carrier. A feat that's impossible. Your radar monitor gives you instructions on how to land, but no matter what you do, you still crash.
You know, it's like every time I get to this part, I think I might have a chance. This is gonna be it. Finally gonna land the plane.
Speed down, left, left, speed up, right, right, speed up, speed down, left, left, speed up, speed down, up, 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 up. I'm hitting up.
Ass! Fuck!
It's impossible. I mean, why is it so hard? I mean, I guess because they were trying to make it realistic, like if you were actually trying to land on a real aircraft carrier, but I highly doubt that any of this game is like really flying a plane.
So even though I crashed, it only takes a life away and it still lets me continue to the next level. Mission 2, destroy an enemy aircraft carrier. Alright, fine. As long as I don't have to fucking land on it. Now the only difference with the second level is that you're below the clouds and you can now see the water. Basically it's just a darker color blue than the sky. But stay the fuck away, there's battleships that shoot the shit out of you. You're best off just flying into the sky the whole time. Now halfway through this level your fuel starts to run out, so this refueling plane comes and then you have to control its nozzle. So just like landing the plane, this is impossible and I've never once done it. You just have to be lucky. I mean, your accuracy has to be 100% perfect. And really, I don't have a fucking clue how it works. Down, down, speed up, down, down, left, left, up, up, speed up, left, left, down, down, up, up, and left, left, right, right, up, up, left, left, down, down, up, up. What the fuck? What was I supposed to do? Now look at the plane. It just goes away like fuck him. I mean, they just leave you out here to die. At this point, it should just say game over, but instead it allows you to play for a little longer, which is pointless. You're done for. The refueling plane doesn't come back, and within minutes, your fuel runs out and you finally lose. And that's as far as I ever got. What a shitload of fuck. This game chews turds. This game sucks your balls off and spits them up your ass. Now I know there's only 4 levels in the game, so it's kind of the same deal as Karate Kid. It's a short game, but it's as hard as a fucking T-Rex's shit.
Now, because I've never passed that refueling plane, I've never seen the last 2 levels. So what I've decided to do here is to create my own version of what I think the last 2 levels may be like.
Mission 3, blow shit up. Mission 4, vent your anger and destroy the TV.
Die! Hadouken! Sonic boom!
Well, if you just haven't had enough fun torturing yourself with this awful game and you still want some more, well guess what? You're in luck. There's a sequel, Top Gun: The Second Mission, which doesn't really make much sense because it sounds like you're talking about the second mission in the first Top Gun. So, whatever. I mean, wouldn't this be mission 5 and up? Even the tops of the game cartridges look completely identical. Top Gun and Top Gun. If you have a microscope, you might be able to read the second mission under there. Now, to tell you the truth, the second Top Gun isn't as bad as the original. But it sure is a hell of a lot fucking harder if you could actually believe that. The gameplay is a lot faster. You can fly upside down and spin around, although I don't really know what the point of that is. And there's also not as many dead spots where you're just waiting for something to happen and looking for enemies. Here, your enemies come after you right away and they just blow you out of the sky, so you have to really think fast. The missiles are really hard to dodge, and just like the first time, one missile is enough to kill you. But this time they're even worse because they're faster and they don't seem to come anywhere near as close as they did before. In the original Top Gun, when a missile hits you, it looks like this. And in the sequel, it looks like this. Much farther away. So if you played the original first, you're going to be really disoriented that you have so much less time to get out of the way. Besides, they still look like bowling balls on fire. I never made it past the first stage, but that's also because I don't have the patience for this crap. Now adding to this game, there's a versus mode. The one-player game where you battle the computer is impossible. Your opponent just disappears right away. He flies right behind you and just blasts your ass to oblivion. And the 2-player game is what it is. It's just 2 players shoot each other up. And the one thing I find really disappointing is that after you blow up your opponent, you see him escape in a parachute. And you don't want that to happen. You want to see him die. Anyway, that's all I have to say about this garbage. Fuck balls.